Psalm 29 is really, really cool. You should read it today some point. And it's cool because it starts in heaven and everybody's up there praising God and it's all cool. And then God sort of descends on earth and there's a storm. And there's lightning and there's thunder and the power of God's voice is shattering things. And it's crazy and it's chaotic. And then there's peace. It says, the Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord is enthroned as king forever. And it reminds us that in all the storms that are out there, all the bad things that are happening, all the crazy junk that's happening in our world and in our lives, that God's still in control. There are storms that he causes. There are also storms that he allows in our life. Most storms he just allows in our life. But whether the storm is one he caused or one he just allows, he still sits enthroned above it. And then the psalm ends with this really cool verse. It says, the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. And the image from the psalm is very much like, have you ever gone outside right after a storm? And noticed how peaceful everything is after a storm? Matter of fact, it's more peaceful after a storm than it is before a storm, right? And the message of this psalm is, the one who controls the storm and sits enthroned over it, he brings strength and peace to his people. Or to put it a different way, the one who controls the storm and sits enthroned over it brings strength and peace to us, to me, to you. The imagery of that psalm drives home that point so strongly, that you may be going through a really rough storm right now, but God, who sits enthroned above it, can bring strength and peace to you in the middle of it. Sometimes he pulls you out of it. Sometimes he stops the storm, but most of the time he brings the peace and the strength you need into the storm with you. So today, listen to him, trust him, and accept his peace. And that's today's Jumpstart.